What is up? As some of you who follow me on Instagram already know, which speaking of which, if you're not following me on Instagram, Ace.Chapman, check me out. Don't do a lot of posting there, but when I share, I try to share, valuable stuff. But as those who are already following me there know, I just pre-ordered a Tesla, the Tesla Cybertruck. Actually, honestly, a super cheesy name. It's a cheesy name. And the truck is actually a little cheesy. But there was a thought process that I went through that was a little bit different. I've never bought a car this way with this thinking. And the truck itself is something that I think is a purchase that I wasn't planning on making. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of break down why in the world I pre-ordered a Cybertruck. So there are a couple things. Number one, I'm a big fan of Elon. I'm a big fan of Elon. It's kind of one of those things where I own the stock. I want to support people that I like. And, with Elon, the thing that I like the most is that he is one of those entrepreneurs that should be an entrepreneur and that has visions for changing the world. I'm somebody who likes to support people like that. I'm not one of those people. I work and I do things conservatively to, create a living and then be able to create the kind of life that I want to live. And a byproduct of that has been that I still get to have impact on a lot of my clients' lives and partners' lives, investors' lives. And so that's very rewarding to me. But I just have not been that type of business person to say, man, I have a vision for how we can create a business out of going to Mars, I have a vision for getting us off of gas and, things that literally change the world. Each of Elon's businesses are things that are changing the world, from the solar city business to trying to create rockets to Tesla. So that's something that definitely, if this truck came out and it wasn't associated with Elon, I would not have considered buying it. So that alone is pretty interesting as far as just consumer behavior. So the other reason is that the design is completely outrageous. As somebody who looks at things from just a business perspective, when you think about trucks, I grew up in Tennessee, and people that drive trucks love their trucks. People that love Ford. There's the old little, I guess it was a meme before there was memes, before the internet. People who drive Fords would have the little sticker of a little boy peeing on the Chevy sign and, vice versa. But the thing is, people that buy Fords, my friends who've owned a Chevy or a Ford, like they just get another one when it's time for a new car. So whatever, it's every 3 years, they don't look around. It's not like, oh, let me go try the Chevy and see if I like that, or let me go try the Dodge and let me see if I like a Ram. It's time to get a new car. I'm going to get another F-150. And so to get into a market like that, I don't think Tesla could do the same thing that it's done with cars, just because the loyalty is so different there. And that market isn't thinking like, oh, look at this eco-friendly option. I'm going to, try this out and save the earth. They don't give a fuck about saving the earth. So how do you break into that market? I think number one, you create demand from nowhere. And I think, just trying to take all the trucks look the same. Really at the end of the day, they're all doing the exact same thing, whether it's the Dodge Ram or it's a Chevy, whether it's a Ford, they all look the same. And so I thought this was, the car, you look at the comments and some of the responses, just like, you get people that are like, oh, I absolutely love it. And you get people that are like, this is the worst thing ever. And that's better, like from a business perspective. That's kind of what you want, especially in today's market, is something that's going to make a splash. And when I say splash, that means like some of the people are going to one end of the spectrum and some of the other people are going to the other end of the spectrum. The worst place you can be, number one, when you're trying to break into a space that you've never been in before, is and number two, when it's something that is doing something in the market. There aren't people that are even trying to buy electric trucks. Like, that's not like, oh, there's this big demand for. You're literally creating demand out of nothing. The worst thing you can be is down the middle and not cause any controversy. So I thought that was like just very, very smart, because I cannot imagine a internal study of bringing in consumers and asking them, "Hey, how should this be designed?" and them coming up with this. This completely crazy truck. What those studies usually do is get to the average. So I like that. Some of the features that I thought were cool is the bar lighting in the front. I love that look. There's like lighting down the on the inside of the bed that looks super cool. On the inside, the kind of I guess dash or whatever. It doesn't even look like a dash if you've seen the pictures, but it is a marble kind of countertop looking thing that goes across the front, which is it's just crazy. It's really outrageous. I love the fact that one of the options when I was going through is you can have a solar panel top. Which I think that is the real future. It's not doesn't have a big impact now. It adds maybe 10 to 20 miles to your ride or time before you need to get a charge, which is great. You run out of gas, and the fact that you can get 20 miles solar driven, that is neat. But I just think that's the beginning of a big thing. We look at computers, we look at over the course of 20 years, you look at 20 years from now, hey, like the fact that we could power a car with solar power is so crazy, outrageous, especially considering how dependent we are on oil and gas right now. So way out in the future, but just very very interesting. I thought the way the hatch opened was really cool. The fact that it goes 0 to 60 as a truck in 4 seconds is out freaking outrageous. So it was just as I thought about those things, it's like, okay, I hadn't thought about a car, about liking this many different things about a car ever in life. Back even when I bought my first Mercedes and fell in love with the Audi R8 and, all of those things back in the day, it was never this combination of things where it's like, man, I have so much respect for the maker of the thing. I love this feature. I love how they're attacking it business wise. I love how they leverage the design to differentiate it from every other thing that's on the market, let alone all of the other trucks that are on the market. And so it's just it was interesting that not it certainly wasn't a normal consumer conversation that I had in my head to make that decision. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the truck. The price was also another factor. It's like, hey, I can get one of these things at this price that is well worth it. So it's a little while out, but I posted that on my IG and got a response. A lot of people asking about it. So I figured, hey, I'll do a quick video on that. Thanks for checking out the video. Subscribe. Why not? Leave any comments. Anybody else going to get one of these things?